Happy Halloween, everybody. We've made it to my favorite holiday of the year. I say that every year. I try to go all out every year. I usually fail. And the reason I fail is because things are too freaking expensive, right? Things are way too crazy expensive. You look at haunted houses and all that stuff and costumes. And I mean, even Luke and I think it's pretty good, for what we bought. It's about $100 I spent for Luke and I's costume. Now, the cool thing about it is Luke will use his costume in playtime. We'll play something connected with his costume. He still puts on his costume from last year, even though he's about to burst out of the seams because he got a little taller and his feet are pushing on the suit. We keep all the masks. So that's cool. I like that. We can embrace that. My costume I wear once. I don't sell it because maybe I'll go to a Halloween party. Maybe I'll have a Halloween party. Maybe I'll wear it to work one day, but I never work on Halloween. That's just the way it is. I take Halloween off. I'm not ashamed of it. I don't care about it. My department, my beer and wine is going to be busy that morning, dead at night. People are already drinking. I take it off and I take the next day off. I definitely have to take the next day off this year. It's because Luke made it to the playoffs with football. Really cool. So proud of them. Never thought they were going to do it. To be honest with you, they played an undefeated team last weekend and beat them, significantly beat them. I was just happy. I was thinking it was the last game of the season and the coach goes, guys, we made the playoffs with that win. Super amazing. Very excited about it. So we have a game after Halloween, which is not ideal, but thank God Halloween's on a Friday this year. The game's not till 11:10. I don't work that day either, so who cares? And we're going to go. I'm excited, though, for trick-or-treating this Friday. Well, yeah, this Friday, because by the time you guys watch, well, I guess you'll watch it. It'll be Devil's Night. You guys remember Devil's Night? My Michigan people do. They don't really talk about it in Texas. They don't really have it in Texas. It's funny because I was thinking of Devil's Night. I was talking to somebody at work about it. They didn't know what it was. And I was thinking about the movie The Crow with Brandon Lee, not the garbage they redid. And that took place on Devil's Night, right? And the sequel took place on Devil's Night. It was a different, obviously Brandon Lee was dead. But if you're familiar with the Crow graphic novels and comic books, the Crow would take his power to different people. I didn't think The Crow 2 was great, but I didn't think it was awful. Nothing compares to The Crow 1. But that happened on Devil's Night, and they were setting the city on fire, just like in Detroit back in the 80s. Here, thank God we don't got to worry about it, and thank God for all my buddies back home that they don't have to worry about it anymore, because that was horrible. If you guys are not familiar with what happened on Devil's Night back in the 80s, oh, what the okay, sorry. I almost swore, guys. Thought my recording just stopped. But thank God that they don't have to do it. I mean, it burned the entire city down. There were still remnants of it throughout. I've been watching a lot of movies. I didn't get to do everything I wanted. I chose this year for a multitude of reasons. I'm trying to get a new car. I've been trying to get one for a while. And things are tough. I don't care what type of money you make. Unless you're in a different bracket that I can't even comprehend on. I mean, even then you should be smart about your money. Things are tough. So for Halloween, we didn't get to do a lot of the stuff that I really wanted to do. We never made it to the haunted house. I felt bad for Luke, but I told him, hey man, it's the money thing. We got, just right after his birthday was a month ago. We have Halloween, Thanksgiving, which, is not necessarily a money thing, but right after that, I go out of town for a week and then I have Christmas. So, it's busy and it's the end of the year. It's that fourth quarter, right? Doing that push to get all the money you can. It's my opportunity to really get a big bonus and focus on my goals. And so we celebrated in other ways. We carved our pumpkins for the first time this year, or first time ever. Luke wanted to carve his pumpkin with me. Normally, we've painted them, we've decorated them with stickers, like we get like pumpkin kits and paints and things like that. This year he wanted to carve it, and it was fun. He just discovered Shirley Temples. So I made Shirley Temples for us, put them in his Halloween cups. He's got a ghost face cup. I got a Michael Myers cup. Put music on the patio, sat outside, carved pumpkins. Just let him do whatever he wanted. He made a moon on one side, and then he started like peeling the skins off and then like making designs. It was pretty cool. And then we have the traditional face on the other side. It's amazing though, because whenever I would buy a pumpkin, I usually buy it like that first week in October, real big ones. I get one for him, one for one for myself. I didn't do it this year. We just got one. Again, we're trying to conserve our money a little bit. I probably could have bought two, you know, but you prolong the money as far as you can, right? And it was big. But whenever I buy them, because we don't carve them, they last from October till the end of November. You know, the temperature's right, and then I throw them away right after Thanksgiving. It's a pumpkin. Pumpkins are part of Thanksgiving, even if it's painted all creepy. So I do that, right? That's what I do. I hope this sounds good. I could care less. But because you cut them, dude, within like a week and a half, my inside, the one side of my pumpkin's like caving in because it's like, I'm dying. So, dude, needless to say, right after Halloween, I got to toss that thing in the dumpster because it actually looks kind of cool. Almost looks like a fat Garbage Pail Kid or something, or like a burnt Cabbage Patch doll. So, I mean, that works, right? But we do things like that. We watch our movies. I have all kinds of like Halloween napkins and like, so every day in October, when I pack his lunch, he gets a Halloween napkin. And I do Halloween treats. You know, Halloween Oreos, Stranger Things cookies, black and orange chips, you know, and I put them in his bag for his sweet treat, you know. We watch movies. I watch a lot more movies than he does, you know, but we'll watch certain movies. We're going to watch Five Nights at Freddy's on Halloween, and we're going to watch Megan 2.0. And then we watched some classics. So there's like the Goosebumps that he can handle that are like kind of creepy, kind of not. There's that new one on Tubi, Pumpkinhead, which is an R.L. Stine movie. It's a Tubi original. It's just creepy enough, but not like over the top. Stitchhead, which is a brand new animated film I got the honor of watching. Thank you to everybody at Stitchhead before it came out. It's in theaters now, and that was a great one. So we got things like that, Corpse Bride, At World's End, I believe it was. And that is from the creators of Shaun of the Dead. So the whole cast of that, they're going back to do a pub crawl, but it's taken over, the town's taken over by aliens, like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. More language than anything, but it didn't matter. You know, it was super fun because we watched Shaun of the Dead last year. Those are things that we can do. We're playing Fort Nightmares. So we are embracing the whole month. My house is decorated, obviously. He's got his Halloween water jug. Got my Halloween coffee cups, pumpkin spice lattes. You know, just anything you can think of. We have it. I've got 3 blow-up inflatables in my house. A giant cat. I got a dead horse outside. Like, that's how we embrace it. So we might not, you know, I add stuff every year, like a decoration. So we might not go to the attractions because they've gotten way too expensive, but we add it. Next year, I'm definitely going to try to get them into a haunted house, you know, maybe even around Christmas, because there's this place in Plano that does haunted. It's called After Hours. Every couple months, they do a new themed one. Last Christmas, they did a Krampus-style Halloween horror, Krampus-style Christmas horror house. And he had like evil elves, and like it was all based on Nordic, German, you know, like German, like ancient lore around the dark side of Christmas from years ago. Real true stories. So I'm going to look at it and see if they do it again this year. I would love to go. I don't know how intense it's going to be, so he might not be able to handle it. But, there's things like that. But to me, that's how you enjoy Halloween. That is how you enjoy the holiday. And you embrace it. And I hope, and I've said it before on the show, I've seen so many people really decorating this year. And maybe there's a new generation and the younger kids are starting to fill up the subdivisions again. Because for a while there, it got a little dark. And not in a fun way. People just weren't embracing it. I know COVID didn't help. Kids get older. Teenagers suck, man. I gotta be honest with you. Most of the teenagers I know are like, oh, I'm not really doing anything. I might just watch a movie. What? You guys ain't having a Halloween party anymore? And I know there's this whole thing about people not drinking. There's just, drinking is down and all that. And people are more aware and they're switching more to like THC drinks and stuff. But you don't have to drink to have an awesome time. I was talking to these kids at work. What are you doing? Halloween's on a Friday. Oh, I'm working. I'm just going to go home and watch a movie. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm 46, though. That's what I do. You're 20. What do you mean? Do you work the next day? No, I'm off all weekend. Bro, what? You going to get together with your friends, go trick-or-treating? No. I don't want to dress up. Ew, what do you mean you don't want to dress up? I'm going to be 90, and I'm going to be dressing up. Luke is going to have to wheel my happy butt around and be like, oh, take me out. I'm going to be barking orders. Could you get the skeletons up there? It doesn't look right. Granted, I might be in bed by 5:30, but I'm going to celebrate. What are these kids doing? I don't know. Have you ever watched the movie Poltergeist? It came out in like 2000. It did not come out in 2000. Watch the original. Embrace it. So I don't know what Luke's going to do when he gets older. I know there's going to be a point, guys. There's going to be a point where he just doesn't want me to be part of his Halloween tradition. I get it. He wants to go with his friends. Maybe his girlfriend. Maybe they're going to a party and they're skipping it. I got to be honest with you, that day's going to break my heart. And I want him to do that. That's his life. He's got to get older, right? That's what he's supposed to do as a child or as a growing adult and all that. I want him to do that. What am I going to do? I'm going to be sitting at home with my mask on the couch like that meme of Pablo Escobar sitting on the swing. I'm just going to be zoning out. And that's so to me, and this is what I tell all the parents, this is why you embrace those moments now. When he's 8 years old, you make it, you show up. You show up regardless if they want you to show up. But you show up. You show up and you make it happen. I went to his lunch the other day. First time I got to go to his lunch in a long time. He was so excited. We had a blast, minus the teachers being DBs. But we had a blast. He's not going to always want me to be there. But he was super happy. Because it matters. He wants me to dress up, even if he doesn't like what I dress up in. He likes that I'm a nerd when it comes to Halloween. He won't admit it. And maybe when he gets older, Halloween's not his thing. But as he gets older, whether he's married, single, has kids, or don't, he's going to look back and go, dude, my dad did a lot for Halloween. It's going to remind him when I'm long and gone, he's going to look at Halloween and go, even if he's not into it anymore, and it's okay if he's not, but he's going to remember it. It's so important. And it's not just Halloween. And this is why people are like, oh, you just love the creepy, gruesome. I love the memories, man. And I've always been a Halloween fan, long before Luke. But I love the memories now. It takes on that extra meaning. It takes on that extra moment. And to me, it's the most important thing. Be there. I know you're exhausted. Dude, I just got over being sick. My lower back here is hurting so bad. I can't fix it. I don't know what's going on with it. I worked out. I've been stretching. I definitely need a new pair of shoes. I think that's part of it. I need a new bed, but I can't figure it out, and it's uncomfortable. There's days. I mean, I worked 9 days straight. Got up in the morning, went to work, took a long lunch, went to Luke's lunch, came back to work, stayed later because I took a longer lunch, went home, did what I had to do, got up, went to work, went to his football practice, get up, get ready for school. You know what I mean? Like, gonna go do my things at the house, trick or treat, hang out with him, have a blast, get up, go to football. Dude, is it exhausting? Yeah. But you're there. And that's what Halloween's about. Enjoy the moments, guys. Whatever you do, if you have a tradition of just staying home with your children, your wife, your significant other, and just having fun, just do it. But especially the parents out there and grandparents out there. If you can be part of your grandchildren's experience, whatever that may be, do it. Because remember, there are people out there that don't have their grandparents. And it's hard because they're missing out. It's very important. I'm out of here. I hope you guys have a great Halloween. November, we got some great stuff coming up. By the way, Sunday, November 2nd on TikTok, 9 p.m. Eastern time, I will be live with Nick Luck. We're going to talk about Peacemaker Season 2. We're going to talk about the future of James Gunn. We're going to talk about what is happening now that the WB's for sale. What is happening? What does that mean for DC? We're going to talk about the next DC projects live on TikTok. Also, next Wednesday, brand new episodes for all the adults out there. And some of you young adults. We're going to talk about things that I think we need to really focus on, especially with the state of the world. No, this is not a political topic, but it's very important. And then the following week, guys, I got a special guest to be TBD. I know who it is. I just got to make sure because I might have to. They want me to post it at a certain time because it involves a movie, a director, and a star. Don't get crazy. Don't get crazy. Leonardo DiCaprio is not going to be on my show, okay? Don't get crazy. But very cool opportunity there. Also got a great episode. We're going to talk about my last night at the South Line Hotel. For those of you that grew up in South Line, Michigan, you know the South Line Hotel. Biggest bar night of the year is the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. This is my last night before the hotel burned down, and then my last night after the renovation. It's important. It's fun. We're getting to be around Thanksgiving time. Guys, this is going to be great. See you next week. Happy Halloween. Embrace the darkness. Let me know what your costumes are. See you later.